It's back to school time across the region, and here at Metro Focus, we want to introduce you to some of the most innovative and creative educators in our classrooms. There's a good chance you'll recognise our next guest. Poet turned teacher Tony Jackson has been the focal point of Microsoft's latest education campaign.
My calling is teaching, and my passion is performing. Being in that classroom, that's my stage. When kids are coming into my classroom, they know that Mr. Jackson is the rapping teacher. Welcome to 4th grade. Today will only be a short day. I'm Mr. Jackson. I like to laugh and, of course, play. Rap is a great way to engage students. It's literacy and vocabulary words.
Tony teaches 4th grade at Nellie K. Parker School in Hackensack, New Jersey, and I'm delighted to welcome Tony to the programme. Tony, thank you for taking the time out to do this. As we saw there in the campaign, rap at the centre of everything you do in the classroom. Talk to me about the concept of introducing rap, hip-hop and poetry into your classroom and the sort of impact you're seeing on your kids.
Sure. Well, thank you for having me, first of all. I didn't go to school to teach initially. When I was in college, I was heavily into poetry. I did rap and poetry, and we used to tour with some friends. We would go to schools and theaters, and I noticed that it was something that I was very passionate about. And whenever we would come into schools and be able to interact with kids and use those techniques with students, that was the part that really excited me the most. And being able to use things like rhyme and meter, things that were directly related to literacy and language arts, and also being able to use that to bring other things to life like math and social studies and science, it was a perfect fit, and the kids really were engaged and excited by it as well.
So we're talking about 10-year-olds here. Not necessarily easy getting up in front of a classroom of fellow students and rapping, reciting poetry. So what's the secret to sort of install that confidence in them, making sure that they feel comfortable doing that?
I think that the secret really is being willing to be silly and embarrass yourself. I'm not embarrassed when I come into the classroom because at this point, I'm so comfortable that I let my students see pieces of me. When they see that I can get up there and I can be funny and be silly and I don't have to take myself too seriously, it opens it up and it shows them that that classroom is a safe environment for them to do so as well.
When we consider rap and hip-hop and poetry, I can imagine when a kid gets up there to do that, it's a great cathartic release. It sort of brings about creativity in the child. Brilliant for your public speaking skills. When we can consider those traditional methods of assessment, do you see the rap, the poetry, having a direct impact on how your kids are performing when it comes to test time?
I personally do, yes. I mean, I'm able to see that when the students are engaged, is when they're learning the most. And one of the best things about it is that they're able to have fun, they're able to enjoy, and they want to learn more. They want to seek more. So whether or not they are rapping themselves, whether or not they're trying to get better bars and better lines and better rhymes all the time, they can see that in class, this is a place that I want to be. This is a place I want to come back to.
It seems as if you've come up with a concept here to assess your children, your students in a different way. You've been a very vocal critic of the traditional methods of assessment that have for so long been in our classrooms. Why do you believe they're failing the 10-year-olds you teach?
I think that it has to do with mediocrity. Mm-hmm. And all teachers that are coming in, we have to continue to be students as well. So as a teacher, I am constantly trying to learn. I'm constantly trying to improve my own practice. And when we're at the point where we say, whatever I'm doing is just good enough, then our students are losing out.
And the other thing that's quite common in your classroom is technology. That commercial we saw, you're doing things with tablets, which I can't begin to imagine to do. You told me before we sat down and spoke today that you've been out in LA to put this commercial together, and you've got your students seeing you on TV at the age of 10 years old and emailing you. That to me baffles my mind. My question being is that with the introduction of technology, I don't think anyone will ever doubt how important that is for this generation. But bringing those tablets, bringing those computers into the classroom and being so dependent on them, do you think we're at risk of growing a generation here of students that are so dependent on technology that they almost lose out when it comes to proper social and human interactions?
I think that the risk is always going to be there. It falls on us, and it's our responsibility to make sure that we don't just rely on the fact that technology is present. It has to be about how we use it, what we're using it for, and the mindset that goes along with what the technology is able to do. So I want my students to be globally connected and to know that we're in a global society, so that it's more than just being able to type a paper versus using a pencil, but it's really the thought that is behind it and what this technology means. What does it mean that we will be able to do? What does this open up the doors for and currently and in the future? You
mentioned global awareness there. It's interesting you said that. We've been through a difficult summer in many aspects. Take, for example, the events in Charlottesville. Your children, 10 years old, that's a stage of cognitive development where they're developing a real curiosity and awareness of what's going on around in the world around them. Something like Charlottesville, the violence we saw there, is that a focal point of the discussion? How do you go about approaching difficult topics like that?
Well, the first part of it is yes, absolutely it will be something that I bring into the classroom with me. And in talking to other teachers, one of the ideas that I've been trying to get across is don't go back to school as if these events have not happened. Personally, I teach 4th grade, and one of my favorite times to cover in history is the period of the Civil War. And so when we get into the events leading up to that, what happened in this country at that time, what happened as a result of it, we go into Reconstruction and beyond, I want my students to have that connection to why this is something that they're seeing happen today. This is something that was happening years and years ago, and you can still see shades of those horrible, scary things that we were hoping that we could move beyond surfacing today. So I think it's essential that we make sure that we're giving them reality. We can't treat it as if these things are not happening. We want them to know that there's a reason, and when we can give them that context, I feel like we're doing them a favor.
Well, Tony, as the new school year starts, we wish you the best of luck with your students as they embark upon this academic year. Tony Jackson is a 4th grade teacher at the Nellie K. Parker School in Hackensack, New Jersey. Tony, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.